Welcome to another CEO Wisdom podcast with Alejandro Giraldo. He is CEO at PriCode. This podcast brought to you by podbuyer.com. If you want to start, scale, be invited to a podcast or even find sponsors, podcasts are amazing to learn from folks like Alejandro to build your community on the back end and even get clients. Podbuyer.com for that. Ale, welcome to the pod. Can you tell us a bit more about yourself and PriCode?
Charles, a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me here. PriCode is a nearshore software development company that it's been around for around 6-7 years now, and it's been pretty hard to try to rise it up. I have a bunch of stories about it to tell.
Tell us about these stories.
Well, I started my career as a software developer around 13 years now. In the meantime, I found that there is a bunch of talent that it could be fit over there in USA, Canada, and part of the world. I'm in Medellin, Colombia, which is a third world country. And well, what I did with my partners was like, okay, let's try to deliver something that is pretty valuable over there in USA. Is the commitment, So there are many developers that they work with you, but they just leave the work in the middle of the development, or they just simply deliver the application with a bunch of bugs. They never respond again. So I found that if I could get into my company persons like me that are committed to the project, definitely, something it could be good, and something valuable can be delivered to the clients over there. I'm a passionate of technology. I got my first computer in 1995, I think. So it's almost 30 years with my computer. In those times, was super weird to have a computer here in Colombia. So I am pretty grateful with my father that gave me that in my birthday in that year. So the thing is, on PriCode, we just focus on the deliver and the maintaining the application itself, and also become to a partner for the client. The client should be able to rely on us any trouble that they have, and if they want to create a new feature, we definitely are there, and we are not just looking for the money. Money is important, but if you add value to your clients, it's way more important. I have been working with clients for more than 10 years now. Clients that they are recurring, they need something, and they call me all the time for a new thing, So I think that it tells good what we do, If you can try to keep that kind of length time for your clients, it means that they really believe in you. So right. That's what we are.
And tell me about the struggles of building that business.
Well, one of the biggest struggles is to keep a cash flow. That's one of the biggest ones. So I also have worked as a freelance or in any other companies in USA. You should try to have cash flow for the company if it's something sometimes it's needed. I have made many things just to try to keep it up. Now we are 10 in the company. When I started just with one guy. So I have reinvested everything on the company all the time. I haven't taken any money on it, just to try to make it stronger. And at some point, I'm pretty sure that we are going to deliver something in-house or an application that it will be impacting many people, which is one of the main goals of the company right now. Try to create applications that are massive impact.
Right. And how do you get your new clients?
Well, like everyone, call emails, call callings, LinkedIn, posting on my website. I create videos for YouTube also like you. So yeah, I mean, I try to make whatever is needed. I go to events and networking, and I also have been there in USA for quite a while, not that long because of my visa status. But at the time that I can stay there, yeah, I do it and try to make as much networking as I can.
Right. So you seem to be focused as well on WordPress API solutions. Are you focused on some niches, or do you only focus on one product, one offering mainly?
Well, WordPress is one of my biggest expertise, and the partners that I have been working, we have been doing many things on WordPress, not just like a creating websites, or more like an integrating with other third-party stuff. So we decided to go just in that path for now, just as an started and a bootstrap with the client. So if the client needs something like an e-commerce site, we provide it in Shopify or in WooCommerce, which is the WordPress world. And from that, the client brings more and more things, to do in other languages or other tech stack. But yes, if you ask me right now, that's one of the things that I have learned over all this time. It's like I mean, if you are a developer and you have a developer agency, you can simply say, oh, you know what, they can do Node, they can do Rails, I can do Python. But the main thing is just to try to determine your client, your specific client, the one that you have worked before, the one that you have more testimonials to show. And from there, you can just work with, and to try to define one tech stack that you become very good, and it really make a good relationship with your client. So right now we're looking for marketing agencies that maybe they have other clients that needs other integrations in this kind of technologies, and also in like a software development companies, but pretty small, that maybe they need someone or they need a team that to try to deliver the application in a kind of staff augmentation, like a staff augmentation way, that maybe they
Model, yeah.
need, yeah, that model, exactly. So that's the two main focus right now.
Do you think
No, I mean,
LATAM can provide good value to the US and CAD? Do you think LATAM is still like a good nearshore option?
I have no doubts about it. Yeah, I have worked with people from UK, Australia, Israel, Canada, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, and definitely there is talent everywhere. Of course, there are some persons that are not allowed and they are just looking for the money. I mean, but that's part of the process. In India, it's the same. The UK is the same. You have to work with French people, which is the same. So definitely, Latam has a bunch of talent, especially. This is the developers that I have worked the most. It's like Brazilians, Argentinians, and Colombians. I mean, I have worked with people in USA, and the level that they have is nothing, And I'm like, well, how they can earn all that much money if they do not know anything, And I don't know. So definitely in Latin America, there is a bunch of value that it can be added to the companies in USA.
Right. You're well traveled. What have you learned from your nomad journey?
Well, total things. One of them is like when you are traveling and working, the vacation time is kind of difficult to take. It's better to make a longer trips that you can, for example, stay there for like 2-3 weeks, and you can create a small routine for your work and the vacation time that you are trying to take. But if it's something comes up, that it always comes up, a deliver or a bug or something that destroy your plans, you can simply just extend it or do it any other day. Try to stay in a quiet place and try to get a desk. If you can find a co-working space or whatever, don't try to work on your bed unless it's a call or an email that you have to send. But if you want to really focus, the bed is not the best place to do it.
Yeah, if you don't want back pains.
What? Oh yeah, you're gonna get a back pain, absolutely, yeah. And also try to make as much relationships that you can with the people that you go, the places you go. If you, I mean, one of the, I really have a big difference between like a trip, you know, that you make for 2 or 3 days. That's a fun time, you know. But if you really want to travel, you really need to get in the culture, you know. That if you want to go to Portugal, you need to meet Portugal people. You know, I mean, if you go to the touristic place, it's okay. It's part of the travel, but it's more important just to go to in a corner, you know, try to get a beer with the person and try to understand how they live. That's the most beautiful experience that I have lived in all my travels, and it's everything. And it happens anytime that I go to a travel. It's like the first thing that I ask is like how much you pay in rent, how much did you spend in groceries, how much. I mean, where can you go for a party? I mean, what people do over here for, I don't know, for spirituality or things like that. If you try to get in that mood, absolutely you're gonna grow as a person. It's for me, it's the most important when you are traveling.
What are your goals for the rest of this year? What do you want to accomplish?
I really want to accomplish to stabilize the company in like 5 to 10 clients, stables for them, and finally create an R&D department to finalize the applications that we are working, so we can create more in-house things, you know, because that's the mid-time goal. The mid-time goal that we have in the company, just to not simply software agency, because it's not stable, you know. Sometimes you have a bunch of work and sometimes you don't have that much, so it's better to try to create a residual income, you know, for products that you create.
Right. You're on your deathbed in a couple decades from now. What will you want to have accomplished in your life?
A video game. I'm a video game fan, so I mean, I hope that someday I can deliver a game, you know. If it's in my personal, in my company, I can say, yeah, I have a product that it's related to transportation, you know, and delivers. Maybe that application can grow up pretty fast and it's pretty cool. But if you tell me, yeah, each time that I play Mario, I say like, okay, when I'm gonna do this?
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Alejandro. Where can people find out more about you online?
They can go to my website, www.pricode.io. They can go on YouTube, youtube.com @PriCoders. We also on LinkedIn, Alejandro Giraldo. You can reach me anytime that you want. And definitely you have a friend over here if you have some ideas that want to go beyond than simply your head.
Love it. And I am Charles Cormier, founder of founderwisdompodcast.com. If you want to start your own podcast, podbuyer.com. That was Alejandro Giraldo.